Hey, so we just talked about the Big Bang, right? That incredible, rapid expansion that gave us the universe. Well, for the next 380,000 years, the universe was just this big, dark, super hot fog. No stars, no planets, just a vast, featureless expanse of glowing hydrogen and helium gas. It was literally the cosmic dark ages. But think about it. How do you get from a dark, boring gas cloud to the brilliant galaxies we see today? Something huge had to happen to flip that switch. And that huge thing was the birth of the first stars, the original cosmic lighthouses. Forget everything you know about stars like our sun for a second. These first stars were a different beast entirely. After the Big Bang cooled down enough for the first simple atoms to form, hydrogen and helium, gravity started its relentless work. The gases weren't perfectly uniform, there were tiny, minuscule clumps. Gravity just loved these clumps. It pulled them in, making them bigger, denser, and hotter. Over hundreds of millions of years, these tiny seeds grew into gigantic gas clouds, way bigger than anything that makes a star today. So, you have these ridiculously massive clouds, pulling in gas, getting hotter and denser. Now, here's the magic moment. When the core of one of these gas clumps gets hot enough, we're talking tens of millions of degrees, the pressure finally forces the hydrogen atoms to fuse together, creating helium. This is nuclear fusion. And when that happens, bam! The star ignites. The first star lights up the universe. And because the early gas clouds were so massive, these first stars, known as population 3 stars, were absolute monsters. They were hundreds of times the mass of our sun. And these colossal stars lived life in the fast lane. They burned through their fuel at an insane rate, shining incredibly bright, millions of times brighter than the sun. But because they burned so fast, they died young. They only lived for a few million years, instead of billions. And when they died, they went out with the biggest possible bang, supernovae. But this wasn't just a fireworks show. This was essential. Why? Because those first stars only had hydrogen and helium. Everything else, carbon, oxygen, iron, the stuff that makes up you and me and your phone, had to be forged inside these stars and scattered by their death explosions. So, these first, short-lived, brilliant monsters ended the Dark Ages and seeded the universe with the basic ingredients for literally everything that came next. Pretty wild, right? Let me know in the comments if you want to know how all those ingredients finally clumped together to form the first galaxies.